Hello and welcome to NARC Live on Wednesday the 30th of December 2020, coming to you from Norfolk on the east coast of England with Tammy M0TC.
Hello.
And me, David G7ERP. You're very welcome. On our last show of 2020, we look back at your highlights and praises for kindness in this strange year. We present the Norfolk Amateur Radio Club 2019 Awards postponed from our AGM. And we find out who works from a shack like this. But first, some club news from you. And Gordon G0HQJ sent us this striking picture of contrails over South Norfolk. Made even more dramatic.
X marks the spot.
It is, yeah. And it's, I guess it is a black and white picture, but it's more stunning for that, isn't it?
Mm.
And if you like that,
lovely. You'll
love this. This is from Steve G3EVA. And this is his wonderful sunset. Look at that. The colours. Yeah.
So many different colours in there, isn't it?
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you for sending those, Steve and Gordon. And still up in the sky, we're grateful to Stuart G7KBF for sending us this from phys.org. The International Space Station costs more than $100 billion. A ham radio set can be had for a few $100s. Perhaps that explains in part the appeal of having one of humankind's greatest scientific inventions communicate with Earth via technology that's more than 100 years old. But perhaps there's a simpler explanation for why astronauts and ham radio operators have been talking and talking for years. NASA astronaut Doug Wheelock was just a few weeks into his 6-month mission at the space station when feelings of isolation began to set in. Wheelock would be separated from loved ones, save for communication on an internet phone, email or social media. At times, the stress and tension of serving as the station's commander could be intense. But one night, as he looked out of a window to the earth below... Actually, sorry, I've missed a bit there, haven't I? Sorry about that. He's going to be up there basically for 6 months. And he's only a few weeks in. And one night, as he looked out a window at the earth below, he remembered the space station's ham radio. He figured he'd turn it on to see if anyone was listening. Any station, this is the International Space Station, Wheelock said, and a flood of voices jumbled out of the airwaves. Wow. Now, I think some of you may have communicated with the space station, probably not with voice, but with other data modes and everything else. But it's a lovely piece, and there's a lot more information on that piece on phys.org that Stuart sent us. Thank you very much for that. Malcolm G3PDH, our president, has said, could you please announce the following contest information on tonight's show? This coming Saturday, the 2nd of January, is the first of 3 RSGB affiliated society contests. They're all on 80 and 40 metres, 1300 to 1700 UTC. So we got January the 2nd, January the 10th, January the 16th, and the full rules can be found on the RSGB HF contest website. And we'll be entering under the local club section. Now, while I mention that, our treasurer has reminded me as well that online subs are now due for 2021, which is just a couple of days away, of course, and it is only £5. He also reminded me to remind you that if you are a keen contester and do things for the club, you do need to be a member, and you won't be a current member as of 1st of January, which is what, Saturday? Is that Friday? Friday. So do pay up your subs, please. We've got a little slide here with some information. We're not necessarily expecting you to take it down from that, but you can find all that information on our website at norfolkamateurradio.org. And that might be an easy way to get it, but there we are. That's how to pay your £5 subs. It's a special online rate, at least while we're doing everything online. It will carry on though, whatever, for the rest of 2021. We may have to put it up if you haven't joined though by the time we start meeting. Okay, thank you. Now, Tammy, you're part of the programme, and I haven't seen it this week. I can just see it in the monitor in the corner. Your little people.
The little folk this week. Okay, here we go. Well, as I thought we were having a little bit of a award ceremony tonight, I thought I'd get the red carpet out this week.
See what you did then. Is that a box of chocolates?
I think it may be. Or it might just be a present. It was Christmas.
That is good, isn't it? Again,
I don't think we've got as many cameras as that in here, though.
No, almost. Sometimes. We have 4 sometimes. But no, that's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely. Just ingenuity of all. Miniature-calendar.com is where you can find that, and lots of other pictures as well for yourself. Do keep in touch with what you're doing. I know we've been saying that for weeks and weeks now, but it really does help it. This first part of the show is all about what you send us to talk about. So please let us know what you've been doing, or ideas for things to look at, or things that you've found. Send them to this address, radio@dcpmicro.com. radio@dcpmicro.com. We love to hear from you. Now it's time for the shack. And I said many, many, many weeks ago that we've nearly run out, and we had, but they keep coming. I had another one this week. So we'll, of course, keep using those shacks while they still keep coming in, and then we'll start a whole new competition. Just for fun anyway. So last week's shack, Tammy, can we have a look at last week's shack?
Yep.
That is a packed shack.
That is.
Isn't it, if you look at it? We had quite a few people email us with that. And let's see what they did. Well, I'll tell you what they said. Roger, G3LDI, Malcolm, G3PDH, Richard, G0JAG, Ken, M0KJW, and Shirley, G0ZAA. They all thought that it was Tony, G0MQG shack.
Did they?
You're the lady with the answers. Press the button.
I can say that it was Tony's shack.
Well done.
Well done.
Thought more people might have got that. Tony's our repairs expert and a man who fixes everything. So thanks very much for sending us that, Tony. Let's see how you're going to do this week, though. This needs some thinking about. So do tell us, who works from a shack like this? Okay, now, if you might remember, that sort of computer is a libretto computer, and the radio is a 706, so I guess that might help you. And I'm going to give you a few clues of exactly where this was set, because it's not a current shack. This person operated in April 2000 from Kigali, the capital of Rwanda. In the 10 days they were on the air, they managed to work 1,383 stations in 75 countries. And this was in this person's guest house bedroom. As you can see, it's pretty basic. The area was a 60-foot doublet rigged on the guest house roof with remote tuning, and most of the contacts were on 20 and 10 metres. Now, just to help you along, we're now going to show you the QSL card. But as you can imagine, we've edited it slightly. There we are. So have a look. There's a QSL card, and that and the station might give you a clue. Who do you think worked from there in April 2000? Have a close look at that QSL card in particular. As always, we'll be putting this on the website and on the newsletter. Have a good look. See if you can guess. There are some clues there for sure. If you know the answer, drop us an email to radio@dcpmicro.com by next Wednesday at 3 o'clock latest, please. Hope you get it. Have a look. Have a good look. All right. Now some club news. And this Friday, this is what, Wednesday? This Friday, 1st of January, there's a New Year's net at 7:30 on GB3NB, hosted by Nigel 2E0NLK. And on Monday, we've got our usual informal NARC net, also at 7:30 on GB3NB, and that's hosted by Steve, G3EVA. So we hope you'll join one or both of those. And next Wednesday, the 6th of January, we've had a whole month of seasonal sort of specials, different things happening, as you know, this month. So we get back to more normal things next week. And we have a talk. This one's coming from Kevin, N4XL, on a live video link to us from the US. And he's going to tell us all about low-band vertical antenna. He's been very successful at getting small or fairly compact vertical antenna to work on the low bands. Not easy to put into a small suburban garden. So a choice of what to use and how to get it in there is the main thing. Also, it depends on what you want to do on LF, DX or local, CW or phone. So all the sort of help that you'd want from an expert next Wednesday on NARC Live. Plus we've got all the regular features, of course, Who's Shack, and your pictures and your stories. Please, we'd love to hear from you. Send them as usual to this address, radio@dcpmicro.com. And also don't forget that we've got our Norfolk on the Air slide is always on our website with details of local nets and other things that you can, other ways that you can talk to other people in Norfolk. I mean, of course, there's lots more than that. If you want something added to that, that's fine. It doesn't have to be part of NARC. We've got all sorts of clubs and individuals who are doing all sorts of talks or nets rather on different modes and frequencies. So just have a look at that slide. It's always on the website, and let me know if you'd like anything added to it. And finally, we've got rid of the Christmas card now. I think that's gone, but we've still got these cards. Very happy to send these to anybody who you feel would be cheered up by a card from Norfolk Amateur Radio Club. Very happy to send this to them. Just drop us a line to radio@dcpmicro.com with their address, name and address, and a little bit of background. And of course, we'd be very happy to send it to them. Now, at 7:41, we're ready for tonight's show, and it's quite a show. As always with these ones, you never really know how much response we're going to get. And this is called, the first part of the show is going to be called Review of the Year. And this is really to hear from you. Although Tammy and I will talk to you a little bit later about a couple of our favourites, highlights of the year. This is really a chance for you to tell us what you've done in lockdown, your projects. And especially if you've had a lot of help from club members. It's got back to me as the club chairman that a lot of people have been helping a lot of others with things. And I just asked you really to send us some information, and we have 9 pages of things that people have written about, which is fantastic. We've got pictures as well. It won't be boring. And of course, after this as well, we'll be having our 2019 awards ceremony, and we're going to present awards in a very different way. So stay around for that as well. So let's start off then, Tammy, with the picture. And one of the first things that came to mind was Merv. Merv M0HZP, many of you know, is a regular attendee of the club in normal times. He is blind, and he brings AJ along with him, and he desperately wanted a radio station set up. And we have to give a shout out especially for Steve G0KYA and Sunny M0SYW and G4 Paul, that is Paul G4ZBA. All of them helped put up antennas and things like that, and I had a little bit of a hand in getting the radios and things like that, but they did all the hard work with all of the hardware and the aerials and everything else. So well done to you guys. That's brilliant stuff, and Merv loves to be on the air. I think there's a little bit of work to do on the HF antenna to try and improve that as well, but of course at the moment we can't really go visiting that sort of place, but well done guys. Now Sonny's sent me some of these information as well. I mean, I must admit Sonny's name's going to come up a lot tonight, but as is a lot of others. He said they attempted to climb Roy G3ZIG's main tower after a damaged halyard meant that his 160 metre antenna was out of order. But only after being able to climb about 3/4 of the tower, a temporary halyard was installed at this height due to retract the tower at some point next year, 2021. And Sunny M0SYW and Paul G4ZBA did that. Actually, they've got a nickname. It's called the Demolition Crew, which is kind of the opposite of what you think they'd be doing. I've heard much better things than demolition from those guys anyway. Also, Sunny did look after himself. Great. With help from Paul, G4ZBA, he put up new antennas at his place. So he's now on the air with a new antenna mast. Very nice. And another picture I think we've got as well of that. Have we? No, we haven't. Okay. No. All right. Another job which they did was install a step-by-R at G4ZBA with Sunny M0SYW. I think that's the picture. I think
that might be what that is.
Is it? We think it is. It's a lot of pictures, but it's lovely to have got them. I hope we've got this right. Forgive us if we haven't. Look at that.
Complete with the birds.
The birds, yeah. The balancing. You'll be looking at those tips about how to get rid of birds from them. They also helped to install a new mast at Chris G4CCX, and Sunny and Paul, yet again, helped with this, and this is just part of it there. And another project that we got to hear about that was going on up there in the sort of a bit more of a North Norfolk at Phil G4LPP's place. He wanted to put a mast in there, and they needed help to dig a hole and a trench, and that was Phil and Sunny did that, and then filling with concrete. Actually, and let me just give a readout for the people involved, because I think we've got a video, haven't we, Tammy, as well? We've got some slides as well.
Yep.
We've got some slides. Here's some of the things going on. That looks like Tony there and Mark. G0TMT helping there. Sunny. Isn't it lovely to see people again? We've got Phil there, and who is that? I can't see who that
I reckon
is.
That's the delivery guy, don't you?
Oh, of course, yes. I thought I don't recognise him. Of course, yes, for delivering the concrete. Oh, and here it is in there. We've got a video of this in a minute, haven't we?
We have, yeah.
A picture of Paul as well. Lovely job. Let's have a look at the videos then. This is at Phil G4LPP's place.
Here comes number one.
Now, this is it. Well, can we get this in here without falling in the hole?
Of course you can.
I might need help lifting it.
Just come back a bit, Phil. That's it. Good one.
Right. Yeah.
Number one is in.
It's almost done nothing. Cheers, Sonny. I'll get the shovel and do some scraping.
You reckon my barrow's going to break?
Well done.
Right.
You alright?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. I don't think we need to do a lot of tampering yet, are we?
No, not yet. From about number 10 onwards, probably. Ugh.
Cheers.
Well, somebody's got to take what's in the shoe.
Yeah, he's no doing it.
No, there now. Is he right?
Out there.
Uncle Phil is doing the submersion technique.
Now, was that not a lot easier than you thought it would be? Now, let's just tamp it down a bit.
That is dangerous.
Phil was last seen standing on this board.
Tank serenely into the...
What do you want to do with this wet barrow? I'll go down the bank. Down the bank?
Yeah.
It'd be better down the bank in the street.
You know, that is bloody close. It's a bit high up, isn't it?
Brilliant stuff. A lot of hard work was on there, and as you could see, you really needed that team of people to do that. Just doesn't sound much, does it? You know, digging a hole for a mast and all the concrete. Wow, well done, guys, for doing all of that. Just by the way, we obviously keep an eye on some of the comments on here as well. And although we've only just seen it, and it's only just come in on Facebook, Paul Brooks has said G3 EVA got my 4-metre mast and antenna up. So thanks, Steve. He says. Now we've got another message now. And this one's from Pete G4RAV, and he said, "Hi, David and Tammy. Thinking about the help and kindness issue this year, I think that Malcolm, G3PDH, is worthy of a mention for taking me on quite voluntarily and introducing me to the world of contesting with respect to the amateur radio world. Malcolm introduced me to working contests and entering the results into the RSGB contest results section so that my efforts might help the Norfolk ARC to win the section. However, hard as I tried, even with my points added, the club did not quite make it to win on this occasion. Malcolm, who I met for the first time at the radio club in Norwich, is a remarkable man with patience and tolerance overflowing. He certainly needed it with me. He explained everything, not just once, but often over and over. He showed me how to work the club's preferred logger program N1MM, and he even went to the length of lending me his home-built Windows Kia box to make life more easy for me, even, I might add, almost automatic. Malcolm even took time out of his own home life balance sheet to chat with me on Skype, where he explained the various setups for N1MM. His tuition covered the setting of macros and how to alter them for my own preferences while maintaining their integrity as far as N1MM was concerned for operating accurately in the live contest sessions. Malcolm's encouragement has opened up a whole new aspect of amateur radio for me. Generally, I'm a passive client and just meander through the jungle of radio signals I might be receiving. But Malcolm has shown me how to direct my energies into a more useful stream, which helps the radio club and in turn may encourage others, as it has before me, to indulge this exciting subject. People in my home neighbourhood would sometimes stop and ask me what I was doing hanging a piece of wire through tree branches and stringing it to another tree. It's much more exciting to be able to explain that the purpose was to enter a radio contest and try and score a few more points for the radio club I belong to. This in turn gave a whole new understanding and explanation to my actions, which has been witnessed by many at many times when I could be seen throwing a bottle of water high into the trees whilst it was trailing a long wire behind it. Bow and arrow not suitable for use while encroaching into public spaces, he says. Thank you, Malcolm, for opening the door for me to a pastures new, from which I may never return, just progress on a new heading to who knows where. Happy New Year. That's from Pete, G4RAV. Lovely tribute there to Malcolm. Another email now from Roy G8IXM to Tammy and David. Season's greetings. Just a very big thank you to you both and the various helpers for your efforts in making the virtual NARC a huge success during the very testing time of 2020. And here's to a better 2021. 7-3 Roy G8IXM. Here's to a better 2021 from us as well. Happy New Year, Roy. This is from Jim G3YLA. Well, I can think of two groups of amateurs who have gone above and beyond in 2020 and in previous years, so I feel they must have a major mention or award. The demolition crew of Sunny M0SYW and Paul G4ZBA with Mike G4DYC, without whom many of us wouldn't get on the air. A big thank you, chaps. I think they helped him get his aerial up as well. And my equal first place mention should go to yourselves, David G7URP and Tammy M0TC, who have taken on the life force of NARC during the lockdown and kept us all connected with a huge effort, made to look easy and effortless on air, but I know just how much you've devoted to this Herculean effort. On behalf of all the members, thank you. I also feel that a mention should be made to all those who've kept the bands alive by getting on the air and linking to others to keep the sense of community alive while we can no longer meet up in person. Hope you try to get some David and Tammy time over the holidays. He says it's half over and we haven't had much yet, but we will do, I'm sure. Thank you, Jim. This is from Malcolm G3PDH. This is about a project that he's done. Regarding items for NARC Live and what people have been up to during lockdown, back in April, I changed out my HF 3-element tri-bander beam for a Step IR urban beam. The main reason for change was to rationalise the number of antennae on site. The urban beam covers 40 metres up to 6 metres and is resonant on every band through its moving elements. It is of course only a rotary dipole on 40 and 30 metres and a 2-element Yagi on the other bands. Despite changing from 3 trapped elements to 2 resonant elements, signal reports from known contacts around the world seem similar, and so far I'm very pleased with its performance. And my youngest granddaughter, I love this bit, my youngest granddaughter calls it my dog bone aerial. Dog and bone phone, he says. Never thought you'd be one for Cockney rhyming slang, Malcolm, but anyway, thank you for that. Lovely. Andy M0NKR now writes to us and says this is one of his lockdown projects, 160 metre inverted L antenna. He'd originally bought the Spider Beam 18 metre pole around 4 or 5 years ago in Germany, but he never got round to doing anything with it. Lockdown 2020 gave me the opportunity to complete a few projects in between working from home. And this is the equipment that he had. This is a Spider Beam 18 metre pole, brackets thanks to Chris DWV, homemade radial plate, 32 radials made from military D10 wire, 141 feet of wire consisting of 18 AWG wire for vertical section and SOTA beams, lightweight Kevlar wire for the horizontal section, a waterproof box, cable glands, coil, thanks to Fred G4BWP, lightweight guy ropes, and the first job was to install a post 100 by 100 mil, 3 metres long fence post, hole dug 5 foot and filled with some postcrete. Then installed some radial plate and lay radials variable in length up to 20 metres. They're all pinned to the grass in the hole. In the spring they will be buried. If not at the end of the 160 metre season, they'll be rolled up. Then installed an electric winch. A winch was left over from replacing the ones on his tower, so it makes life so much easier to raise. And fit the brackets to the post and mark where they need to go. Pole ready to rise with everything attached. And next stage was to tune the antenna. Fred and I tried different coils until we could find a semi-decent match, and then tuned the antenna better by trimming the length of the wire and finding different point on the coil for a decent SWR. This was all done prior to the lockdown. The coil needed to be mounted in a box, and these were sourced from Amazon. The antenna went into commission on the 6th of November, and to date he's worked 80 DXCC on the various modes. It was even used in the 160 metre RSGB club calls contest for NARC, where he operated the club call GX4 ARN, and we came third. The club came third. So hopefully those pictures show the story. Really good lockdown project. I know lots of you have been doing things, haven't you, like this, where you just normally wouldn't have time over the lockdown time. Next email came from a gentleman called Nick Wheeler. Never heard of Nick before, but he's just sent me an email. He must watch this programme and just said, I'd like to thank Scott Ladderman, M0BLH, for lending me some kit and putting my aerial up and getting me going and interested in the hobby. Thanks very much, Scott. That's from Nick Wheeler. Lovely. Now, this is from Robert, G4TUK. He says, hello David and Tammy. I've received more help than I could have dreamed of this year from several club members. Back in September, I needed to move my tower to its new QTH at Shipdham. Had it not been for the expertise and enthusiastic help so willingly provided by Chris G0DWV, Andy M0NKR and Sunny M0SYW, it would never have happened. But their help didn't stop there. My other great worry was my treasured collection of vintage TVs stored above my office and only accessible by a steep and narrow space-saving staircase. Only Sunny would have had the combination of strength and ingenuity to manoeuvre them down, using slings and similar strategies to deliver them safely to ground level. I'm still gobsmacked at how he did it all. Not only that, there was this huge generator that Sunny mused over for weeks until he came up with the inspirational idea of an engine hoist. There's a photograph I think we're going to see of that in a moment. Whenever we needed him, Sunny was there. I'm eternally grateful to them, but my gratitude to Sunny is beyond expression. I also need to thank Phil G4LPP for the loan of his Vivaro van for that trip and several others. I just hope the suspension is undamaged, he says. And Chris Danby needs an extra mention for saving the day when there were some building issues requiring manufactured sheets immediately before Christmas. The amateur network struck again. Would you believe Chris went to school with someone who's now a director of a steel company? It would, and he said, would Friday suit you? But it wasn't all that amazing, just all that amazing practical help. This move, after 36 years, has been a great trauma for me. I can never thank all of them enough for their care and kindness in a very difficult year. And I'm proud to be a NARC member and call you all my friends. That's 7-3 from Robert, G4TUK. Wonderful. Well done to all you guys that are being mentioned here. It's fantastic. I guess it's time for just to look at a couple of our things. They're wonderfully heartwarming things, aren't they, Tammy? So what's your favourite programme or highlight? Can you look back and think this year? I mean, we've said it many times, but we just never had any imagination that we would be doing this at the Christmas.
No, I remember you saying to me
in like
April, saying, if we're still doing this in August, I don't know what we're going to do in this
Well, it was just what
December.
we were going to fill every week with.
Yeah.
Because every week, for those of you members of the Norfolk Amateur Radio Club, you'll know that, roughly speaking, every other week is an informal. And that means that we have a social, and then every other week we have a speaker or a particular subject or a project or something like that. So we're suddenly doing this every week, and we're doing it with just us two, socially distancing, very difficult, especially those early days, strange for all of us, not knowing really what to do. But I have to say, credit to our viewers, our members, and other people now who've joined in and watching, because if you weren't able to feed us the stuff that you do and the pictures and things, we couldn't have done it. Anyway, Tammy, what was your favourite, looking back at the year, what's your sort of highlight? Was it radio or electronics or?
My favourite.
It's okay.
My favourite was actually, I've got a clip here, so let me put it going. It was the wildlife special that we did, because it was about wildlife and technology, but I think the wildlife just sort of took over really, and we had a lot of really, really good footage from that. So that, for me, is one of the sort of highlights of the shows.
It was, and it was particularly surprising. When was this back? Because that's looking at March. Look, that camera.
Yeah, that was
CCTV.
That's actually CCTV here at the back of back of here. That's our 3 little deer that we have around here.
So things were very. That was right early on, wasn't it?
That was just actually before the lockdown, wasn't it? The 17th of March.
And we did, and when we were trying to think of what to do and carry on and how to do things, because obviously our programme secretary Roger had got some talks arranged, and some people could do it remotely by Skype, and as we were using back then, and then some of them, just couldn't do it. They'd never done that before. They were going to come and see us at the club and do a proper talk, physical talk, face to face. So this is why we had to fill in with some of these things. But the wildlife special really was beyond our doubts, beyond our dreams.
We had
wasn't
loads of, and people giving us content for it. It was great, as we have for lots of the interactives. We've always, thank you to everyone at home really, because you're the ones that we put the show together every week, but you're the people that actually send the things in. So thank you, and keep it coming, because
I think we will be doing it for a little bit
we're
longer.
going to be doing it for a little bit longer. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's wonderful. And we though it's not radio, so it's just lovely that was your subject. I guess my favourite, and I did tell you, and I did send you a couple of pictures from things just randomly. There were lots of things. Was because of a certain age, probably. Is retro technology. I love some of the old stuff. Some of the best years of my life were, apart from getting married to you, quickly recovered, were playing with this sort of thing, the home computer boom. I was in the right place at the right time in Cambridge in the early 1980s. And I remember these things. These were things, and Sinclair, I went to college with people who worked for Sinclair, and all this sort of thing was special. So that retro technology special, this one I loved as well. This was a picture, look, from David G3P MPM. This is a battery operated radio. This will seem strange to you, Tammy, but there's valves in there. And it needed a 90 volt battery, as well as a smaller battery for the heater in the valves. But it was just a lovely evening. I look back and think. And the other thing, I suppose, that was fun, which is very recent now, coming right up to date, was what we did a couple of weeks ago. Jimmy Cricket.
Yep.
Have you got that picture?
Well, we actually found this afterwards on Jimmy's Facebook page, and he posted on there that he was going to join us live that evening. So that was pretty cool. So there you go. That was the full picture of Jimmy while he was on his Zoom call with us.
Because we never saw that,
We never saw his wellies.
No, we didn't see his wellies, but it's nice that he was there. And that genuinely, we hadn't seen that. We didn't know. When we did a rehearsal, he was just in his jumper and things at home. We were just chatting to him. But when it came to the performance, we didn't know what his setup really was. But somebody who was already friends with Jimmy Cricket on Facebook sent us this link that he was already advertising, as it were, that he was about to do it. So I think it's lovely. I suppose to helped him to get in character, even though we were never going to see his welly boots. Yeah. Anyway, good fun.
It's not complete without the welly boots.
No. Oh, hopefully you got something from that as well, and that you enjoyed it. Now, we're now going to move on to our more formal part of the evening, which is the NARC Awards 2019. If I've got my words around here. Yeah, we go. We need to tell you that obviously our AGM is normally the first Wednesday in April. This is for those of you who are not necessarily members of the club and don't normally come. And of course at an AGM, as often annual general meetings they have an awards ceremony. As we do every year, in January 2020, the committee met to contemplate and decide on who should receive the annual NARC Awards for the previous year, 2019. Of course, at that time, we had no idea that the AGM would be unable to go ahead. And although the recipients had all been decided upon, the AGM presentations had to be postponed until at an online committee meeting that we had in October, the committee decided that they really should go ahead and the winners announced on NARC Live. But winners are hard-earned. Awards are hard-earned, and we felt that the recipients should really receive them personally, not by post. So if you remember, in November there was another lockdown for this county and many other parts of Britain. And Tammy and I basically made the certificates and schemed how we could get round and safely present the awards to all the recipients. So welcome now to the NARC Up and Not Too Close, but Personal Annual Awards 2019. The John Wadman Memorial Key is named after a former chairman of the club who dedicated a considerable amount of time and effort training people. So his award is usually presented to someone who does something similar. Hello?
What
I'm
are
sorry,
you
but-
doing on my doorstep?
I'm sorry, Nick. This is going to be a bit of a shock to you. Earlier this year, as every year, the committee meet and discuss and decide on awards. And of course, normally we present them at the AGM, which we weren't able to have this year. And I thought, as it's Christmas, this might be a good time to come and award things to people. So we would like to award you, Nick. And if you have a look at that side, that box, actually, maybe this is a time. Social distancing.
Oh, blimey. I wouldn't know what to do with one.
Well, you'll have to. Do take it out so everybody at home can see.
Oh, blimey.
Because Nick, M0HGU, we would like to present you with the John Wadman key. And in particular, for all the work that you've done in recent years on the projects for Radioactive.
Well, thank you.
But also, we know you're also, as many others are, an active trainer on all 3 levels for our course. And this is what the committee decided, that we would like you to have this. So we hope you'll accept that. I've got a nice certificate for you as well, and a Christmas card. All right. So there we are. I have to do this socially distanced and all that sort of thing. That's right.
Yeah, 6'6" probably, isn't it, I think?
Well, is it? Okay. And also a little something to munch. There we are. So,
Thank you very much.
Have you anything to say at a time like this?
I suppose somebody somewhere, Jim, is going to have to make me learn how to use this thing, aren't they?
I'm not even sure if it's a functioning one, but it's a beautiful bit of, I think you'll
It's
agree, it's
lovely-
very heavy.
Lovely bit of engineering, lovely bit of marble on the bottom.
Yeah, and in fact,
Great
out of all of our
glass.
awards, thinking we've got all the trophies, it's the heaviest of all of them as well.
say.
So,
I can't see why it wouldn't. Yeah, it's got a contact in there, yeah, well.
but anyway, on behalf
I'm
of
gonna
everybody at
find
the
something
club,
to use it with.
you've inspired many to do some construction. It's one of those arts that otherwise is going to die
Thank you.
out. And so we hope that you'll accept this award. And
Well,
thank you for all the work that you've done. And we hope
It
when
is.
things get back to normal, you might even let us
is
have
a
another
pleasure to
project or
do.
two.
I enjoy
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you both.
All right.
Suitably rumbled.
All right. Have a wonderful Christmas, Nick.
I'll do my best.
Thank
do
you.
my best. And you, have fun. Don't do anything I wouldn't.
Okay.
If you do, don't get caught.
All right. Bye-bye, Nick.
Cheers. Thank you very much indeed.
Well done, Nick. So that was the first award. Took a few weeks to do this, didn't it, Tammy? Anyway, the next, the Speaker of the Year award, is entirely decided by you, the members, and the majority votes. And for the first time for 2019, this included not just our own members doing talks, but also visits and remote video talks by external speakers. So this is the Speaker of the Year award. Hello, Jim. How are you?
All right. What are you
Sorry to
doing?
surprise you. Well,
You haven't come to clean the chimneys, have you?
do I look? No.
No. I just-
Well, you know, the year before last, you were the recipient of the award of Speaker of the Year.
Oh, for the club, yeah.
The
yeah,
club,
yeah, yeah,
all right.
yeah.
So I'm afraid I need to collect that award back because
Ah.
we're out delivering the
Yeah,
awards.
I've been meaning to.
Yeah, do you mind?
Yeah, that'll be 2 seconds.
Okay. Yes, well, we wouldn't hear anything else, would we, really?
Just, there's been
I'm
getting
sorry
dust
about that.
everywhere.
Oh, yes, that's the lovely. Thank you very much,
All right, you're
Jim.
very
All right, all
welcome.
the best to you.
Yeah, happy Christmas.
And
nice
have a
to
good
see you
Christmas
both.
as well.
And
All right.
Well done last Wednesday. Good
All
boy.
right. All right. Thank you
Love
very
that
much.
gizmo. That's quite a contraption, isn't it? Goodness me.
All right. Have a great
Awesome.
Christmas,
All
Jim.
right,
Bye-bye.
right, cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I know it's a bit cruel, but what he doesn't realise, of course, is he's the recipient this year as well. This is your vote, so let's. I'm going to grab the certificate from Tammy now. I'm going to ring the bell again.
I've forgotten something.
I'm sorry, Jim. Yeah, actually, there's something I should really mention, that, you know, the Speaker of the Year is an award which actually the members of NARC vote for their favourite Speaker of the Year. And although you won this the year before, you also won it last year.
No!
So we'd love to present it to you
I
again.
wouldn't have cleaned it.
This is the Speaker of the Year. No, that's right. The Speaker of the Year, and of course a certificate to go with it.
Oh, brilliant.
And it's for your talk. It's the weather that does it. Awarded to the member or guest who presented the most interesting talk or demonstration to the club, as voted by the membership.
Thing. Yeah, lovely.
All right,
Thank
and there's
you
a
so
Christmas
much.
card there as well.
Wonderful. Thank you, members. Thank you.
And no Christmas would be complete without a few chocolate
Awesome.
drops.
Don't tell. I'll have to eat these before Holly comes round.
All right. Lovely to see you,
that's
Jim.
brilliant. Yeah,
Forgive us for having a bit of a game, but
I'm amazed. Well, thank you, gang, and thank you to all the members.
well, they're the ones that
Really,
voted for you, so.
It really is very kind of you. I thoroughly enjoy doing them, and I'll have to think of something else to talk about soon.
Lovely. Thank you very
Nice to
much,
see you,
Jim.
mate. Have a good Christmas.
Have a good Christmas. We
Yeah.
won't be coming back. Bye-bye.
No, I can't think there's anything else.
No, no.
Cheers then.
Cheers. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Well done. Lovely. That was your vote that did that. Way back, if you remember, January, February, I think we asked you to vote on your Speaker of the Year. So it's lovely to have presented the award at last. The club also presents an award called the DX Ladder to the member who works the most countries on all bands during the year. So let's have a look at who won the DX Ladder. Hello, hello.
Hiya.
I've got Tammy here filming, so don't be alarmed. I'm sure of all people you won't be alarmed with a camera. We're filming this for NARC Live. I hope you don't mind the surprise visit.
Not at all.
But we're now presenting awards because we would normally have done this, of course, at the AGM earlier in the year.
Yeah.
But because we couldn't have that, and we wanted to present all our awards before the end of the year.
Award? Oh.
Award. And you
Yeah.
you again won the DX Ladder for 2019 because you worked the most countries and all bands throughout the year in 2019.
Wow.
And so this is for you. And there's a nice card as well underneath.
David.
All right? Yes, that's right, yes. So
Thank
well
you,
done.
Thank you to everyone at NARC as well.
Well done to you for working all those countries. I know you're about to move to a new abode,
Yes.
so
Well,
Yep.
I haven't worked any DX since September. So
really,
not
well,
this year.
so you're going to give someone a chance then, I
I've
guess,
got
to
give
get in.
someone a chance.
All right.
But,
Well done.
But yeah,
Yeah, well done and congratulations,
Yeah.
and we wish you well in your new home
thank you very much.
and a very happy Christmas.
Yeah, and thank you to everyone at NARC, and happy Christmas, and all the best for the new year as well. Cheers all. Thank
Cheers.
you.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
Cut.
Well done, Robert. If anybody can say cut, it's him, I think, as a professional television cameraman. One presentation that we wanted to make was actually for an award that wasn't actually our club's, but it was a national award to one of our members from the RSGB, whose AGM could also not take place, but we still felt it deserved a personal presentation. So have a look at this. Okay. Here we go. That went well.
Keep the burglars at bay.
Thank you very much. Mr. Cook, I must tell you at the moment you're live on NARC Live.
Oh dear, am I really?
You are. Do you know why I'm here?
No, I haven't got a clue.
Well, some time ago, this
My
is...
vaccine?
No. I'm on a little bit of a tour with Tammy, giving out awards for the AGM, which of course we couldn't do this year. Now, you didn't win an award at our AGM, but you did win an award at the RSGB AGM.
Oh yes, that's right.
And what we and I know you're always jealous of the little cardboard virtual one that we gave you
Yeah.
over the air. So I thought rather than
Got it, have I?
the
Oh,
virtual
look at
one, I
that.
thought you'd rather like this real
That's
cover one. So if I may
fantastic,
present
yeah.
that to you, Mr.
That's
Cook.
Great, yeah.
Now, just to remind everybody at home as well why you won it, it was the RSGB Learning Team that awarded it to you
Yes.
for your services, particularly to CW and training,
Yeah.
and in particular for organising all of the boot camps.
Yes, that's correct.
And it's such a shame, of course, that you haven't been able to do anything like that this year.
No, no.
I mean, you're hoping, I guess, to run maybe something next year, or have you got
I
any
hope so.
plans?
Yeah, it would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If we get over this virus thing and everybody's vaccinated in time, that might be possible.
But nevertheless, of course, you really have championed the CW and to come back on the air, and it is
Well, it
much
helps.
more popular than it was,
Just
say,
me,
10
you
years
know.
ago or something like. Well, yeah, but I think you're the one who spearheaded it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
on behalf of not just the RSGB, because I'm not really here for them, but I'm
No.
certainly for all of the people in Norfolk and all of the radio amateurs around everywhere. I'm sure we're very grateful that you and others I know, but you in particular have kept this
Yeah.
fantastic art of CW alive. So well done
Oh,
to you.
that's happy.
We've also, by the way, just got you a lovely Christmas card from the club.
Oh, thank you very much.
And also, just to celebrate, not real money, because you know what our treasurer's like, so there's some chocolate coins.
Chocolate coins.
We thought they were Christmassy and you might want to
Yeah.
hang them on the tree.
Yeah, I'm sure my granddaughter will be pleased to see those.
So Roger G3LDI, once again, well done and congratulations.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Thank you. And hope to see you on CW then.
Never misses a trick, does he?
No, no. You've got to join the class as well.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah.
Oh, we thought he deserved that, doesn't he, really, instead of the cardboard one that we presented to him over Zoom a few months before. As well as the formal NARC cups and trophies, the club sometimes also wants to thank and commend members for specific projects or activities, and we call these our certificates of appreciation. Let's have a look at one of the presentations that we made. Okay, third time lucky, we hope. It's Christmas Eve. And we're hoping to find this man home. Hello, Mike.
David, how are you?
I'm good, thank
Would
you.
you like a cup of tea or anything?
No, thank you, no. But if you could just step out a little bit further, don't worry, it'll be safe because
Oh, hello.
I've got Tammy here. I'm sorry to shock you like this. I know it's early in the morning on Christmas Eve.
Yes.
But as you know, normally the radio club would have our AGM, and as part of that AGM, we would be presenting our awards.
Right.
Well, we haven't been able to do that, of course, this year.
Yeah.
But
Understand.
earlier in the year, the committee met, and one of the things we decided we'd like to do is offer you a certificate in particular for your news reading, which I know you do regularly most Sundays.
That's very kind.
It's a lot of work, and so we would like very much for you to accept this certificate of appreciation from the club
Thank you very much.
for that.
David. Thank you very
And
much.
I'm glad we got you in. You won't know this, but this is our third time lucky for us because we've been here twice before.
Yeah, oh my
But
word.
both on Saturdays, and then we had a word with a friend who said that you were normally out on Saturdays. So we thought we'd get you now. And
Well,
there's
that's
also
very
some
kind of
Christmas
you.
coins as well
Thank
for
you
you.
very much, David, and morning to you, Tammy. Yeah, that's great. And this is a card.
As a
or
card
something.
from the
Yes,
club as well,
that's great.
just in time.
Well, thank you very much. I feel as though I think I had a certificate a couple of years or so ago from the club.
Well,
so
but we
I'll
are
treasure that and put that
We
on
really
the
appreciate it,
others.
especially, of course, in these difficult times.
Yeah.
I think, our hobby helps keep people in touch, and a lot of people tune into your news on a
great.
Sunday night, and we
Yes,
really
yeah.
appreciate it. So thank you very much, Mike,
Yeah,
and wish
thank
you a very
thank you
happy
much,
Christmas.
And, all the best to you, and thank you for to the committee as well, and all the members who've given this to me. Thank you. I'll find room on the wall for it, or one of the walls.
Well done, Mike. You did such a great job doing that as well. Sorry for the sound on my mic, I think it was. They are wireless mics that we were using, and it was fine when we started, and all the other presentations, as you'll see. But anyway, sorry for the sound. Do not adjust your set, as they say. Let's have a look at another presentation now of a certificate of appreciation. Hello. I'm sorry to bother you. It's okay. I'm with the radio club.
Oh, right.
Is John in?
He's in bed.
Is he?
He's come back to bed.
Well, it's all right. I know he's not been a well man. Have you ever seen the programmes that we do online on a Wednesday night?
No, because he's usually watching them in
All
the
right.
shack.
Okay.
shack.
Well, we do this, and what we've got a nice award for John. Would you accept it on our behalf?
Yeah, okay, I can
It's
do that.
it's a little award. Don't worry, it's nothing formal. It's really just it's a certificate of appreciation.
Okay.
And there's a little Christmas card on the
Oh,
back,
that's fine. Thank you
and also a
very
little thing of chocolates.
much. He likes his chocolate.
Good. And it's a certificate of appreciation for all that he's done for the club to
Right.
support particularly the contest group
Right.
and everything. I know you know how much time he spends
Yes,
on
I
that sort
do.
of thing. But we know he's not very well generally at the moment, and we really think for him. So would you give that to him
Yes,
when he
of
wakes
course
up
I
and
would.
and give him our best wishes and
I
to you
will.
as well.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Merry Christmas to the pair of you.
right.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm sorry he's not here.
No.
It's one of those things. His hours are as it suits him.
I'm sure, yeah. It's fine.
Anyway.
Best wishes to you.
Okay, I both
Take
of
care.
you. Have a Merry Christmas, whatever the restrictions. I
Yes.
have.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
Bye-bye. There we are. That wasn't photoshopped either. That was a lovely picture of John taking it railways on the air at Sheringham a few years ago as well. So thanks very much, John, for that. Got one more certificate of appreciation now. Let's have a look at that. Now, unfortunately, we never managed to personally catch up with our last recipient in this award category, and I'm pleased to announce that Mike Mobbs, G8EEY, also receives a certificate of appreciation for the camera tally system he originally developed and made for the club for its Skype talks at the school, and which we currently use here. Thanks very much, Mike, and we hope by now you've received the certificate and your chocolates. You should have done, hopefully. Thank you very much for that, for helping us with that. Now, another regular event which the club holds annually is called the Fox Hunt, but I should hurriedly say that this is just the traditional nickname for it and that no animals are involved. The Fox Hunt is actually a radio direction finding competition, and the skill is to identify and take bearings from a radio beacon transmitted regularly from a fox hiding somewhere in Norfolk, calculate their location and proceed by car to find the fox by the shortest possible journey. The winning team is the one which travels the least miles to find the fox. Our winning team in 2019 was made from 3 households, so we went to each one to present the trophy, starting in South Norfolk. Very Christmassy doorbell push, look. Red and green. Hope they're in. Looks hopeful. Hello.
Hello, good grief.
You are on NARC Live. Please do not swear, as they say on telly.
I wouldn't dream.
A bit of a surprise. Is James around as
Yes,
well?
he is, James.
Could you grab him?
Yes, of course. I won't grab him. But I'll
You are.
probably
We are
grab
being
him.
filmed, but
Hello. Yes, how lovely to see you both.
I know you'd be surprised.
Yeah, yeah. He's
We've
actually
been-
repairing some of it right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have a
something's
look in
gone
a
wrong
minute.
Again. And you can see all our little. Because you've never seen us at Christmas, have you?
We'll have a look in a minute.
Got some visitors.
Hello. Oh, we need you both. We need you both. We need you both. We need you both. Because you may wonder what we're here for.
Yeah.
But we're here for NARC Live because if you remember, about a year and a half ago, you were involved with a fox hunt or direction finding hunt. And what we thought we would do is all the people that would won awards that would have actually been at the NARC AGM, we're going round to everybody to see them and present their award.
Oh my goodness me.
So in that box, if you'd like to have a look in there,
Go on,
You're-
James.
this is your trophy.
Right, go on, you organise it.
There we are.
Thank you very
So
much.
congratulations. Now I know you were part of a team.
Yes.
Of course there was James and Kevin as part of that
Yes.
team, and we'll be going to surprise them as well at some point.
that's
But here's also a
lovely.
certificate And there's also a nice Christmas card in there at the back there for you as well.
you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
And of course, we know that you do like the odd sweet or something. So we thought, how Christmassy could we get? And we've got some Christmas coins for you. All right.
Are you trying to play?
So do you? No, just going to put you on the spot now. But do you remember? It was a year and a half ago. Do you remember much about that fox
Which
hunt?
one was it?
Well, it was the one you won, not this year, obviously. The one before.
We've won so many of them.
Oh, you won so many. How about that? Modesty. Do you remember
yeah,
much about? Was it a difficult one or?
No, I think. Well, sometimes you get an idea, don't you, and you just go off in that direction. And sometimes it's good, and sometimes it's bad, isn't it?
If you remember, Sonny was the fox by that. It might help you remember.
Oh, yes,
Remember?
yes.
Sonny and Charlotte
So,
were the fox. So.
And we got a bearing, and the first bearing is always the one that counts, really, isn't it? And we headed in that direction, and we were right that time. So it's you know.
And of course, for those watching who not used to how it used to be done as a bit of a race, now it's done on the minimum mileage, isn't it?
Yes,
So
it
from the
is.
starting point, it's how few miles that you can go to get
Yeah,
there.
you
So.
can't afford to make a mistake if you want to
Whacked
win.
in
really.
common.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
that's
you
right.
Whacked in
That's right.
common.
Yeah.
Yes, now
So
I
it's
can
just,
remember it well.
So yeah, it was. You know, it went well, and we didn't get any reflections that we
Jolly good
didn't
fun.
account for. So that was good. So
Well, you did really well. I'm sorry that you won't have had the trophy quite as long as you should have done, because this should have been
No, that's
presented
This is a lovely
That's
surprise.
way
Yes.
back in
Surprise,
April. All right, but well done to you and your team, of course, to James and
well, it
and
is
to
always
Kevin,
teamwork,
and we
yeah.
will be going to present them and
Oh,
surprising them,
that's fabulous.
and they'll be able to watch this sort of later on in the month.
Fantastic.
All right. Thank you very much.
Fabulous.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live on NARC Live.
Oh my
Do
word.
not swear.
I should have shaved this morning.
You have no idea why we're here, probably. Can you think what you were doing on the 17th of July, 2019?
No.
Well, you and a team of 3 others were in a car,
Oh, the fox hunt.
the fox hunt. And what we've been doing is going around and presenting awards from the AGM that we would have done this year. And of course, we haven't been able to do it.
Right.
So in there, you will find the Fox Hunt Trophy
Oh,
from 2019, which your team won. So would you like to...
it wasn't my team.
Well, you were there.
I was part of it.
Part of it, exactly. So
Well, thank
don't
you
worry,
very much.
we've already hit the driver, so don't worry.
Oh.
But everybody's been sworn to secrecy, so congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much.
And we'd also like to give you your certificate, a Christmas card, and some gold coins because it's Christmas. Do you have
Oh.
anything to say, James?
Well, I don't know. It's part of a team effort, and not very much of it was to do with me. But it's very nice. I guess you're going round to see other people now, or am I the last one?
No, we've got a few others. We had a failed attempt with you last week, but we kept all your neighbours had to keep a secret, so
They saw you, did they?
some did.
Well, I haven't heard.
But
As
there
you
we
can
are.
see, I would have put some.
It doesn't matter. The whole idea was a
Yeah.
surprise, really. We've been doing this. This is the 3rd weekend. We hope we're going to get our final hits today. So,
Well, good for you. You
All right.
See, I'm working on the kitchen.
yeah, I say it isn't a normal face mask that you would wear at this time.
No, it's, I'm routering out the ceiling, so it's kind of a bit dusty in there.
All right. Well, James, very well done though for your fox hunt win, and hopefully in 2021 we might be able to run another fox hunt. You never know, and we look forward to finding where your team will choose for this year.
That'll be good. Thank you very much.
All the
Thank
best.
you, David. That's very kind. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody who's watching as well.
Thank you.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Quick. Very high tech. Kevin, M0UJD. Do not swear, you are live on NARC Live.
Oh dear, hello.
Hi. Well, you are probably wondering why we're here. Hello. What do you remember what you were doing on 17th of July? Could you come a little bit closer? 17th of July, 2019. Do you remember what you were doing?
No.
It was a Wednesday, an evening. You were in a car with 3 others when we could mix like that.
Fox Hunt.
Right.
I think
And
we might have won that one.
you were, exactly. So if you'd like to open that box, or maybe Emma would like to help you, or Benjamin. And in there is a trophy. And I'm here to present on behalf of the club the trophy to you. Your other teammates have already had the surprise presented to them as well. So congratulations on the being the winning team on the Fox Hunt 2019.
Thank you very much.
And also to commemorate, we can give you something to keep, a certificate and a Christmas card as well.
Oh, thank you.
I think as you might have some children in the house, they might like some of these.
Thank you.
All right. Have you anything to say, being put in a position like this of surprise?
No, because I didn't know. That is a surprise.
Mine.
Other than that, no.
Okay.
Mine.
This time it's customary to thank everybody, and thank you to your
Yeah,
mum and dad and
we've
to everybody
got
else.
to thank the Stig, obviously.
Oh, the
just
Stig.
to pick one particular name, because we wouldn't have done it without her.
That's right. Well, say hello to everybody, because this will be going
Hi
out
all. Have a
between
good
Christmas and New Year.
And 7-3 for the new year.
That was good fun to do that, wasn't it? As you probably know, he's my friend, my brother-in-law as well, so we know his house and everything, but to go around like that was really quite fun to do that and surprise him. Anyway, the NARC Committee Cup Award is open to any non-officer or committee member and is chosen by the committee as the person who's done the most to assist and promote the success of the club over the year. So let's have a look at the Committee Cup 2019. Hello, Phil.
Oh, hi, sorry, it's you.
I'm sorry. No, I bet you were worried.
I saw
That's
people
'cause
coming strolling past.
I'm sorry. Yeah, this is it's because we came in the other door last time I came here.
Nice to see you.
And you. Now, I know that you think we're here to take pictures of your concrete, but actually we've got something rather more
Oh, right.
different to talk to you about,
Yes.
because we should have had our AGM, of course,
Yes.
earlier this year in April, and we weren't able to do that, which means that we couldn't have presented any of the awards that the committee had decided on earlier in the year.
Oh, yes.
So we're actually here, Phil, G4LPP, to say thank you, and we'd love to present you with our committee cup, which is safely inside there.
What's this about, though?
Well, it's because of all of the work and support that you gave, particularly in 2019, if you remember that far back,
Yeah.
with things like our field day and getting involved generally with all of the events of the club. For a relatively new member, you were very enthusiastic. You got you got stuck in and helped us a lot. So
Very nice.
the committee gets together in the beginning of the year, as I said, and decides, and this committee cup is presented to you this year.
Thank you very much indeed. I'll have a look. It's in here.
It is quite a small cup, but it's
That's all right.
beautifully formed, as they say.
Small but beautifully formed. I shall take it out and hold it up. Thank you. Yes. Thank
That's
you.
it.
That's
And also we've we'd like to present you with a certificate, which you'll be able to keep the certificate.
Yep.
There we are. And also
Thank you.
there's a Christmas card.
Thank you.
And Christmas wouldn't be complete without some chocolate.
Oh, gosh, you're so kind.
That's
Thank you.
all right.
Excellent. Yeah, thank you.
So Phil, congratulations,
Yes,
and
thank
thank you for all the support you've given to the club, and hopefully in 2021 we might start to get back to normal and you'll be able to help us again, I hope.
Oh, well, thank you so much for coming up to take the trouble to do this.
It's all right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Have a lovely Christmas, won't you?
Thank you. Well, uniquely, the President's Cup is solely the choice of the President, who awards it to the person he feels has achieved the most to assist and promote the success of the club in the previous year. So our President, Malcolm G3PDH, joined Tammy and me to present this award.
Yeah. I just put it down there, do we?
Keep it behind you at the moment. Explain what you This is a bit close to Newcastle for the BBC there.
It's just in me.
Did you get that on film? That's welcoming, isn't it?
Hello, Paul.
Hello.
Hello, Paul.
What do we owe
We're-
this great honour?
You're on NARC Live. Please do not swear, as they say in the business, which I think you'll know.
Well, we'll have to negotiate a contract.
Well,
And who
actually,
holds the copyright?
we've actually come to check how your CW is going,
Not very well.
and also to make sure you're going to be in the contest next year as well. That's the reason for
No
the
pressure
visit.
then. Oh.
But in addition to that, we're also doing something which we should have done at the AGM in April,
Oh dear.
and we
Why
wish
you're
to.
not firing me, are
No,
you?
we're going to present you with the President's Cup.
My goodness me.
And
Has
the-
it been sanitised?
And oh yes, there we are in its
Thank
box,
Right.
brand new in its box.
Fine,
And
thank you.
But the reason for it actually is it's in recognition of all that time and effort and work that you put into the ATU for the club.
That's very kind
And
of you.
that's really very much appreciated. It's only been a pity that we haven't been able to use it this year.
It's out in the garage ready to roll.
Good.
So,
Did you spray the front black or not?
Not yet. No. Anyway, thank you
Can
for
I
all
just
your...
pass the certificate as
Yeah.
well?
Oh, the
And
certificate.
also you get...
I'm sorry you can't come in. And
No,
have
we
it.
can't
it's
go
all
in,
right.
no. Certificate to go with it,
Thank you.
and also
I
there's
best.
the card from the club.
I bet. Well, thank you very
And
much
by the way, Paul,
indeed.
we're presenting a few of these things to other people as well, and there's some seasonal chocolates as well to go
Thank you
with
very much. I appreciate it, and I know you've all travelled. Some of you have travelled a long way, so thanks very much indeed. Just one final thing. The TV show is great, but you seem to be disappearing off the screen on the left-hand side.
it. All right.
Could we adjust the framing a little
I'll
bit?
try. Thank you. There
Thanks.
speaks the BBC.
A little
there.
bit of technical input.
I hope you enjoy the editing.
For some of you don't know, Paul's a former BBC producer and director, so that's why he was giving me the instruction to sit a bit nearer to Tammy. Sorry
I
about
do
that.
keep telling you, you're going to have to side.
I've got to be careful with the cables and stuff like that. Anyway, but thank you very much. And that concludes our formal awards, actually. And I must say special thanks to Tammy for going around the countryside for about 4 days over 3 weekends, I think, altogether to get these things. And you were camera lady and everything. So thanks very much for doing that. Now, that was meant to be the end of our awards, and indeed it is the end of the 2019 awards. This bit is a little bit difficult to talk about, and we haven't scripted this or even talked about what we're going to say, but we had the tables turned on us, kind of, because we were going out doing all this filming, and genuinely only one person knew we were kind of going, as you know, that was Phil. We form a support bubble with Tammy's parents, because Tammy's mum's not very well. And we were over there one Sunday when we had a visit. You better play VT, I think, Tammy.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
A difficult
Hello.
one to track down.
Oh my goodness me. Tables are turned.
Well, yes. So David and Tammy, I just wanted to pass on from all of the membership of NARC our gratitude for your work that you've been putting into the NARC Live every Wednesday evening throughout this pandemic. It really has not gone unnoticed, and it's very, very big effort indeed. We understand it takes a lot of time and a lot of hard work to do it. So what we'd like to do is just to pass on a token of our appreciation for doing all of this, and I will pass it over to you now with our thanks from everybody at the club.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Don't know what to say.
No.
Tables are turned. We've been doing this, as you probably know, for other people, and
Well, yes, I mean that is the point. I mean, it actually keeps the continuity of the club.
all right. Well,
very much,
that's
and
why
also the wider amateur radio community.
I mean, we've just done it really. All of us know a lot more now than we did before, I guess, way back in February and March. But, we didn't know it would go on like this, of course. But we really just tried to keep the club together so that in normal times, when normality will return, we'll all be together, we'll all be back together again, and hopefully we will have still been kept in touch all that time with each other. And also we're very aware that a lot of people are on their own, whether they live alone or maybe one or two people and don't go out and don't see many others, and hopefully NARC Live has helped them keep connected with all their friends at the club. So, but this is really unexpected, and we're very chuffed and speechless. So,
well, it's very much appreciated.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
It really is. And if you wish to open it now,
well, would you like us to, dear? Right. Okay.
I'll hold it. You open
it. No, you open it, dear.
Take care when you do it.
You got it.
Can't believe this has happened. We spent yesterday doing this sort of thing to other people. Now we know what it's like. Right. There you go. Oh wow. My word. Oh. Well, I don't know. I guess you've.
Wow, lovely. Thank you.
This is lovely. I'm speechless. Thank you very much. Thank you to all of you. But really, I'd like to think that any chairman of any club would do the same, and to try and keep the club together. But I would just like to say one special tribute to my wife. I mean, I've got some experience of this kind of thing to go back on, but for Tammy, this was all completely new. We just mentioned it a few times, obviously, in our married life, but she never knew anything about this, and she's really adapted well. So I think especially belongs to you.
It's a team effort, though.
I know it's a team effort, but Tammy, but you work very hard on it too, and thank you. But thanks everybody.
Thank you.
And very Merry Christmas.
It's very much appreciated, and as you know, it goes out almost worldwide.
Yeah.
There are people checking in from America and Poland, Germany.
Yeah.
The guys in Koblenz check in sometimes as well. So, thank you very much indeed.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Nice to see you, and have a nice Christmas and New Year. And we'll look forward to hopefully meeting up properly in the New Year.
Yeah. Hope so.
Eventually.
Happy Christmas and a Happy New Year to all of you. Stay safe. I don't think we can kind of follow that really. That's exactly what happened.
Need to say anything.
We had no idea. Kevin, who you saw earlier, was the cameraman, and we were very shocked to see him and Malcolm here. And this is the lovely award.
Very lovely. Thank you very much.
Very humbled.
In appreciation of outstanding personal services to amateur radio during the COVID pandemic. It's got a weld on there as well.
I know.
It's lovely,
it is very nice.
Really nice.
Thank you ever so much.
Thank you.
For all those who had a hand in deciding that we deserved it. A little bit of self-indulgence, I guess that was. Anyway, we really do thank you very much. I also want to thank a couple of other people who we don't thank regularly, really, but the programme secretary of the club, in normal times, obviously, books a lot of the speakers and things that we get. And we've used a lot of those speakers where we can this year. And Roger Cook, G3LDI, who is the programme secretary, is carrying on booking speakers this next year. So roughly speaking, every other week, every other speaker is down to Roger. So we thank him very much as well for all he did last year and he's carrying on to do. And of course, we're booking everybody to do everything at the moment virtually. And also like to thank Sunny M0SYW for allowing, with his company BT, for allowing us to use the GoToMeeting, because that allows us to do these interactive sessions and we don't have to pay for Zoom or whatever to do that. So thanks very much, especially those two. But most importantly and most especially, I know Tammy will join me with this, thank you very much to you, because quite seriously, we couldn't do this every week without the content. Yes, we come up with ideas for talks and things like that, but if you don't join in, it wouldn't be a programme.
No, that's right.
So we're going to carry on with your blessing, and if you keep watching, we'll do it until we can meet again, and I really look forward to that day. But until then, it just remains for us to really wish you a very happy New Year from both of us, and also just to let you know what's happening and remind you again what's happening on NARC this Friday, 1st of January. We've got New Year's Eve net on GB3MB at 7:30 with Nigel, 2E0NLK. On Monday, we've got our usual informal net with Steve, G3EVA, also at 7:30 on GB3MB. And next Wednesday on NARC Live here, we've got Kevan, N4XL, coming to you live from the USA with his talk on low band vertical antenna. So, and all the regulars, and of course your stories and everything else we look forward to having as well. Drop them to this address, radio@dcpmicro.com. And once again, has never been more important to keep in touch and stay on the air to care. Thank you very much. From Tammy, M0TC.
Goodbye and Happy New Year to you all.
And from me, David G7RP. Take care. Bye-bye.